Grab your partner, grab your gal, and rock. Rock, 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 everybody. Rock, 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 everybody. Rock, 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 everybody. You rock it and you rock it and you rock it around. Roll, 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 everybody. Roll, 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 everybody. Roll, 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 everybody. You roll it and you roll it and you roll it around. Rock, 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 everybody. Roll, 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 everybody. Rock, 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 everybody. You rock it and you rock it and you rock it around. Hop, 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 everybody. Hop, 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 everybody. Hop, 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 everybody. You hopping and you hopping and you hopping around. Clap, 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 everybody. Clap, 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 everybody. Clap, 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 everybody. You clap it and you clap it and you clap it around. Rock, 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 everybody. Roll, 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 everybody. Rock, 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 everybody.
We are going to go talk to Ellard. We think this is where he lives. We're pretty sure. The directions weren't very clear. He didn't really give us an address. He just sort of gave us a vague destination, a vague idea of where he lived. We think this is it. We'll find out in a minute.
Hey, welcome. Welcome. You too.
Thank you.
Come on in.
Hey, nice bathtub.
We're going to be part of the interview.
Ooh. We didn't know we're having a bubble bath party.
That's why I said, do you have any bubble bath?
Ha.
So tell us about your spot here. This looks pretty cool.
Pretty nice, right?
I like it.
Yeah.
Live here.
It's not my spot. It's a friend's spot.
Well, you got good friends.
Yeah, I do have good friends. That's what life is about.
Having good friends.
Having good friends, yeah.
I'm with you.
Welcome, aloha, and have a seat.
We are here with Ellard. Ellard, thank you for inviting us into your new home. This place is awesome. I'm looking around. It's beautiful. You got yourself a nice spot here.
Thanks, Jen. It's nice to be back.
Awesome. We understand your birthday was recently.
It was indeed, yes.
I'm sorry I missed the party.
Oh, man.
But nonetheless, Yola and I have a present we would like to give you.
Thank you so much.
Happy birthday.
Oh,
Your
no.
50th birthday.
Oh, wow.
Hopefully you're
That's
going
awesome.
to enjoy.
Thank you. Wow.
Happy birthday.
That's a killer wrapping. Thanks.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're welcome.
Da-da-da, right on. In Touch with Kalani, fictitious stories about life and community somewhere in Hawaiian jungle. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
We are sure that you will enjoy it.
Good.
Despised by some. So we got too close to the truth on a few parts here.
Oh, nice.
When you get to the real Kalani history in the back,
Yeah.
a little too close to the truth for some comfort. But that's what we're about.
Cool.
It's what it means to be a writer.
Right.
We
That's
get
right.
we get down to the heart of the matter.
Exactly.
But enough about that. Let's talk about you, Ellard.
Okay.
What have you been up to since you left Kalani?
Well, Jim, I think we should start with the fact that when I left Kalani, we had the lava flow of 2018, and we lived here in Seaview, but the lava flow went out over our surf spot. And I guess if people would ask me what I am, first and foremost is a surfer.
Surfer, okay.
Yeah, and so we were driving to Hilo quite a bit to surf, but I don't like being in the car, so we moved to Kona in 2018 so that I could be really close to the surf spot. And while we're on surfing, do you want to see my surfboards?
I would love to see your surfboard.
Okay, come on. Okay, Jim.
Tell me your surf.
Right, so I'm first and foremost a surfer, and surfers, surfboards are called a squiver.
Quiver.
Quiver.
Quiver with Q-U-I-V-E-R.
Yeah, like a shot with arrows, a quiver.
I did not know that.
This is 2/3 of my quiver, and my entire quiver is all made in Hawaii. Because we do still make stuff here on the island. Both these boards were made on the island. This first one is an Orchid Land surf shop board, which is in Hilo Town, shaped by a guy named Dean Edwards on the island. It's what's called a triple stringer. See these things going through?
Oh, okay.
Those are stringers.
That's not just decoration. There's
Not
meaning
just,
to that.
that's not just decoration, although the wood is very pretty.
Yeah, it is.
And then this is called an asymmetrical tail. You never see this too often, surfboards, but it kind of looks like a fish.
Oh yeah, it does.
And it's made for a particular type of surfer. Are you good to go?
Yeah, this one is running.
Okay, and then this is just a different kind of fin setup. Oh, forgot one major thing.
Tell me.
See these magnets right here?
Now I do. I didn't notice them before, but yeah.
What do you think those are for?
Stick supplies to it. Your fishing gear.
No, they are shark repelling
Are you
magnets.
serious?
They are indeed.
I know. There's so much I don't know about surfing.
So basically,
Sharks.
sharks have like a little sonar in their head, and this jams their frequency. So if they decide they want to come take a bite of old Ellard, they're not going to do it.
So it's like, not this guy.
Yeah,
Not Magnet Boy here.
not Magnet Boy. This one I just got shaped by a local shaper. His name's Esteban, right there.
Okay.
He's a shaper in Kona. This is a 10 foot long board. And then my dad recently died. He died this year. I had the board dedicated to him.
Nice.
So,
Wow. There's so much more to surfing than I ever realized. This
yeah,
is cool.
and I haven't rode this board yet, so I'm totally stoked.
Oh wow. Where are you going to go for your maiden voyage on that?
Honolulu, which is north of Hilo.
And there's no sharks there? I know you don't have the magnet.
There are sharks there, but I don't have the magnets. But I'm hoping the board is so big and blue they don't like it. So.
Interesting.
But yeah, there you go.
Very cool.
All right, that's surfing for you. Surfing is what brought me here.
I see.
I was going to. So how did I get to Kalani?
Yeah, that's going to be my next question. How did you get to Kalani?
Okay, so I graduated from graduate school, and I wanted to backpack through Europe,
Gotcha.
like a lot of college grads.
I've heard of
And-
that.
Yeah, and I was going through. This was before the days of the internet.
Right. The good old days.
Yeah, and I went to my college resource center and I was looking through a book, and I found Kalani, this place called Kalani Hanua, and it said come to Hawaii, and I thought, oh, could I surf there? And sure enough, you can surf here, obviously. Surfed at Poiki. And so the story goes, as I applied back then in Kalani, you had like send a picture in an envelope.
I remember.
Yeah.
That's how I got here.
Okay.
Yeah, way back in the day.
And then they sent you an envelope back and said you've been accepted.
Yep.
And I was all stoked, and I was packing my stuff. And then the internet was just starting to come out. There was this thing called Yahoo, and you could like type things in.
Oh yeah.
And
I remember.
And I said, oh, why don't I type this strange place called Kalani Hanua into the internet? And I hit the button, and the first 5 things that came up were gay places to stay in cyberspace, The Advocate, best places to stay if you're gay. And so at the time, I had no exposure to gay people at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never really met any gay people. I was pretty sure I wasn't gay.
Mm-hmm.
And here I was headed to a gay commune.
Right.
So I thought and I was kind of freaking out, but I went anyway. And I thought in the Hilo airport there would be 2 guys with like chaps on, like with a sign that says "Come on, Ellard." And you know who picked me up at the Hilo airport?
Tell me.
What's the opposite of a gay man?
A not gay man.
Nope.
An ungay man.
Nope.
A de-gay man.
A pregnant woman.
A pregnant, of course. Why did my mind stick on man?
I don't
Of course, a
know, man.
pregnant
I don't
woman.
know.
Doesn't get any more heterosexual than that.
Exactly. So a pregnant woman picked me up at the airport, which kind of blew my mind. And then, obviously, when I got to Kalani, I was exposed to lots of gay people and realized that they were just like you and me, and they were nothing to be scared of.
Right.
And actually, it was quite fun back then.
Excellent. When was this?
This was in 1998.
98, okay.
When did you come to Kalani?
2007.
Okay, right on. Yeah. Oh, it was awesome in those days. I loved it. Lots of fun.
So how would you say it changed from the time you were there in the beginning to your later time?
Well, I tell people that the amount of fun, if it was on a graph, started to go like this. It was still really fun, but it just kind of like became less and less fun.
Yeah, finally it just straight line down.
Finally, it
And-
went below the axis, and it wasn't even fun anymore.
Yeah,
And
I agree with that.
I think that's what's important about Kalani is that I think people miss this element of Kalani, but fun is an important element of Kalani and life.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
If you're not having fun, why are you here?
Have some fun with it. And
Yeah.
so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have some fun now.
So other than surfing, this is your element right here, isn't it?
That's right. And
Tell us about it.
Okay, well, actually, when I came to Kalani, I discovered how much I love working in the kitchen, and that's one of the great things about Kalani is people discover things that they love, and I discovered my love of cooking.
Nice.
Yeah, and so I kind of changed my career. I had a regular cubicle job, and I said, you know what, I just want to try something else, and so I made food my occupation.
Nice.
And I'm gonna make some food for you guys right now.
Yay!
Have you seen the movie The Octopus Teacher?
No, I have not.
You have not? Okay.
I've never even heard of it, but if you say it's good, I'll check it
It's
out.
a touching movie. Have you seen it?
No?
Okay. It's a touching movie, and it just made me crave some octopus.
Ah.
Your viewers are gonna find a joke in that, but yeah, I'm gonna grill up some octopus for you guys right now.
Nice.
So this octopus I've marinated in balsamic, some nice olive oil, and some Tuscan spices. I thought that was a good joke. So yeah, we're just gonna grill that up. Watch out, Jimmy. Okay. So yeah, grilled octopus is one of my favorite things.
Yum. Where did you get the octopus from?
I got it from, basically there's this guy who he follows octopuses that are in their old age around, and he just monitors them and then he waits for them to die of natural causes. And that's where I get my octopus from.
Oh.
So this octopus was not killed, it died of natural causes.
Cool.
And that guy's name is Costco.
Okay.
Bob Costco. Did you get that on camera? Did you get the punchline?
It is on the camera, yes.
So, Ellard, tell us, what was your most memorable moment at Kalani? Of them all.
Wow, that's huge.
It's huge, but narrow it down.
Narrow it down.
Or think of two.
Well, one of my favorite things was when we had field day, and when we had coconut oil wrestling.
Coconut oil wrestling.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, we did. We had small little kiddie pools of water filled with coconut oil, and we had people wrestling. And it wasn't always, it was cross-gendered. So sometimes we had the older men fighting the younger women. And I was a referee.
Oh yeah, I sort of remember.
Sort of remember that? Yeah.
I think I was there for one or two.
So that was one of the highlights. But there were so many Kalani highlights. It's hard to pick one.
Any particular stories about the wrestling? About an old guy with a young girl? Anything really good happen?
Nothing really good, but I think the girl won, threw the old guy out of the ring. I won't say the old guy's name, but
Okay.
let's see. I should come up with another story, another good story.
What else you got? That's a good one. But what else?
Well, okay. So this is an inside baseball kitchen story. Some people who had the kitchen key might have gone into the kitchen and, after a late night of partying, eating food. I mean, I'm not saying I did that. Maybe I did. Maybe I was there. Maybe I wasn't. But this one time, never mind. I can't tell the story.
Oh, you started it. Go
All right.
ahead.
So this one time, when we were in the kitchen, late at night, and we thought we were the only ones there, we opened the walk-in door, and another volunteer turns around with something in their mouth. They kind of beat us to the spoils.
Okay.
So that was kind of a memorable moment. We started like, what the heck are you doing here? And so there was that one. And let's see. I always liked the parties at the Field of Dreams, especially when I started bringing the riding crop and people started spanking each other. I feel like I started the era of spanking at Kalani.
Right, I think you did.
Yeah.
And it lasted for a generation, or at least.
Yeah, at least a generation of spankers who I think are happy with that, that they got spanked and did some good spanking.
I have a feeling we're going to do a future interview. We're going to ask what's your most memorable moment, and they're going to say being spanked by Ellard.
I know Chef Ted, when he first pulled up to Kalani for the first time, he saw me out in front of guest services spanking, whipping people. He said, this is going to be an interesting place.
And he stuck around.
And he stuck around, yeah, of course.
How about challenging moments? Can you think of something that challenged you?
Yes, let's see, challenging moments. Well, sometimes it's challenging to be around people all the time. And so when you're not feeling like being by yourself, but all your meals have to be eaten.
Yeah.
You have to go and be, social.
Having to be on for people.
Yeah, that was the most challenging for me. So, but I also like being social, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. So there were some challenging moments, and okay, well, there was this one. I had a girlfriend at Kalani, and then we broke up, and then I moved to the A-frame right next to her.
No.
That was a little challenging.
How did you handle that?
Well, I still got it on and stuff, but I just tried to keep it a little quieter.
Gotcha.
But she could still hear us.
Okay.
So that was a little challenging. Probably more challenging for her. But. And
Well, we're going to talk to her next. Get her side of it.
She'll tell you the same thing. She was 6 feet away from her ex-boyfriend, from one A-frame to the next. So that's pretty challenging.
I can imagine.
Going out with someone and then breaking up, that's probably one of the major challenges in Kalani,
Yeah.
living in community.
You
But
can't get away from them. They're still there.
this is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was there was the year of the rat.
Tell us about the year of the rat.
That was challenging. One of the most challenging. Okay. See the shirt I'm wearing?
Premature evacuation, Pahoa, Hawaii.
Yes. Apologize, I'm sweating. Okay. That was the year that the lava was coming towards Pahoa.
Right, I remember.
Okay. Well, what we didn't know is that the lava took out all the trees which all the rats lived in.
Oh.
And so I call it the year of the rat. It started out with Mark Soransky coming into the kitchen and being like, rats are taking over my A-frame. And I was like, what are you talking about, Mark? And he's like, I can hear them up there.
Yikes.
And then the rats started chewing through the screens because they were looking for somewhere else to hide.
Uh-huh.
And then I lived with a roommate who was a slob. I won't say his name, JP. I counted 9 glasses from the lanai filled with half coffee drinks on his side. And so he was somewhere else one night, and I was sleeping, and I heard some rustling on the other side of my A-frame.
Uh-huh.
It was a cabana.
Right.
And I got the flashlight out and I look over there, and there's a little rat. There's a rat, not a little rat, a big-ass rat.
A caffeinated rat.
Yeah, caffeinated, exactly. Just eating the spoils of what's on JP's side of the room.
Oh, no.
And I went out, and he had a little hole. There was a hole because I thought it was cool that there was a plant that grew up on the screen, but he had gone through that plant, chewed through the screen.
Oh.
So then I get out of the cabana, and I go and I see him looking at me at the end of the cabana, and that was the worst.
Oh, God.
So I immediately said, I'm not living in there anymore.
Yeah.
I went and moved into the lounge. No one knew this, but I was sleeping in the lounge because Miss Kitty was in the lounge.
Right. The cat. Miss Kitty's a
Miss
cat,
Kitty's
if
a
you
cat.
don't know.
And that's why I felt protected, because I hate rats.
Oh, yeah.
I'm scared of rats.
Miss Kitty kept you protected from the rats. She said, get the hell out of here, rat. Ellard's in here, and he's my charge.
That's right.
My job is to protect Ellard. Get out of here, rat, before I fuck you up.
There were no rats in the lounge because of that cat.
Excellent.
Yeah.
How long did you stay there?
I stayed in there like 4 nights until I requested an A-frame.
Right.
And I moved to an A-frame, which
cool.
was pretty like sealed. And then I think the rats were trying to find a different environment, and they moved through. And yeah,
Most
that was
attractive A-frame.
yeah, that was insane. It was like
Nice.
Rat Central at Kalani.
Wow. I think I was in India when that was going on, so I missed it.
Oh, really? Yeah. That was not a fun time. That was challenging for me. I would wait till everyone went to bed. I'd go into the lounge and I'd be sleeping in there.
Wow.
So yeah, Year of the Rat.
Very cool.
All right, Octopus's room. Here you go. So, I should mention, so this knife was made by a local knife maker called Hiko Ito. And see, it says Hawaii. It's made in Hawaii. And this is an abalone shell. And right here, these little strips glow in the dark. So when you put it down in the dark, you can see it. And he gave me this knife just to be sort of like a brand ambassador. So check out Hiko Ito. And then this cutting board was made by my friend Nate, and it's made from madrone wood, which is a wood that's found in a tree that's found in California. Pretty unusual to make stuff out of, but it's held up really well. And that's what we're going to serve this octopus on. Jim? I have a cooking show.
Yeah. Tell us
Yeah.
about
Okay.
it. We'll give you a little thing on the screen.
Okay, it's called the Culinary Edge TV, and I've been doing it for about 8 years. And I call it Authentic Food Adventures. So I go all over the world and just try to find authentic food, local food, ethnic food, and film that. So I'm on YouTube, but I'm on another platform called Newsbreak.
Newsbreak.
Yep, newsbreak.com, and it's fun. And I'm kind of I guess I would call myself a digital nomad these days.
I like that word. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more nomadic because when I stay in one spot for too long, I sort of wither a little bit.
I know. Yeah. I can relate.
Yeah.
I can.
So you'll want another piece of
Mahalo.
octopus.
My
Yeah.
God.
So-
So that
Want the last piece, buddy?
Sure, I'll take it. So tell us about some of the places you've been on your cooking adventure nomadic
Yeah.
escapades.
Okay, I'll just throw some countries out there. Some of my favorite countries. I love Malaysia, and I love Malaysian food. Sri Lanka is one of my favorite countries. They did a video that did pretty well there, so Sri Lankans like our show.
Nice.
And then I've been to the Maldives. I really like Norway. I've been all around the United States filming, including Wyoming, California, a lot in Florida. My family lives in Florida, so the Resignado clan. And yeah, so it's taken me all over the world.
That's cool.
Met a lot of people, gotten a lot of free food. So that's that.
Nice. So you mentioned you lived in a cabana with JP, who was a Slav.
Yes.
You lived in an A-frame by yourself.
Yep.
What made you decide to give up the comforts of home to go live with rats in a jungle and JP?
Well, I mean, I did it for the surfing, but then I really came to like living in an A-frame or closer to the outdoors. And I noticed that when I moved to like a regular apartment, something changed in me a little bit because I wasn't as close to nature. So I do feel like we lose something the further from nature we are.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it?
Yeah, I definitely think that's true. And closer to nature you are, I think, just puts you in tune with something else that's
right.
human. So that's why I like the ocean too. That's one thing actually. When I came to Kalani the first time, I was in the ocean a lot, and I noticed I was a much happier person.
Perfect.
And also Richard, who obviously everybody knows Richard, goes to the ocean every day.
Yeah, he does.
And I think that's like such a great lesson in itself. Is like get in the ocean.
Yeah, that really submerges you in nature.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very grounding.
You're
too,
totally
yeah.
right. It's like a great blue Advil. I call it
Yeah.
in surfing.
It's something so many people never get to experience. And
That's right.
here we can walk to it.
Yeah. And then, you find that you can live in an A-frame and you're not missing all the comforts.
It's true.
Although as I've gotten older, I've become a little more spoiled.
It happens.
Yeah, I know.
Cool. How did Kalani change your life?
It changed my life in a lot of ways. First of all, it introduced me to Hawaii, which is I think, has been a huge part of my life. Just understanding Hawaii. And then it changed my life. I was this New Jersey raised straight guy who had never been exposed to gay culture, never exposed to any other food culture. And I went to the first time I was at Kalani, they served miso soup in the morning, and I'm like, what is this? What is this stuff? It's like, looks like mud. Well, that's miso soup. I was like, oh, okay. So it opened my mind and my palate to all kinds of other things. Exposed me to a lot of great people. Just meeting people from all over the world.
Yeah.
Introduced me to a lot of different ways of thinking and a lot of beauty.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. So Kalani is a whole new experience now. New Kalani, new everything, new management. Have you been to visit the new Kalani?
I have not been to visit, no.
Okay.
No.
Do you think you ever will?
Yeah, I'd like to. I could like to, and well, I'm here for a couple months, and so yeah, I'd like to get over there and see what's going on.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, Kalani, I think, could have many iterations.
Right.
I don't even necessarily think it has to be on that property. I think it can be everywhere. Like, Kalani is kind of a spirit.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
I
an
think-
interesting thought.
And I think that spirit can be replicated in other places. And I think, and it's important because it's transformed so many lives.
Right, yeah.
And it's changed a lot of lives for the better. And I think it'll live on.
I like it.
Whatever form it takes on. So
Yeah, the spirit of Kalani will live with us forever.
that's right. It's like Star Wars a little bit.
It kind of is.
It's like the Force.
Kalani is the force.
Yeah.
I'm going to be pondering that for a long time.
I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, that must make me Anakin.
You're Anakin. I was thinking you'd be Jabba the Hutt. No, dude.
Do I look like Jabba?
No, you don't look like
I
Jabba the
Put on a
Hutt.
few pounds.
The bounty hunter?
Oh, that is Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I could be Boba Fett.
Okay.
All right, I'm Boba Fett. Doesn't he die in Empire Strikes Back, though?
I don't know. Did he?
He does. He goes down into that. I'll have to put a clip of this on the screen when I edit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he dies.
Oh, he
But
dies?
that's okay.
Okay. Well,
Can't live forever.
you
He
can
had
be
a good
Luke
life.
then. I can be Han Solo.
Yeah, you're kind of nomad. Luke was a nomad.
Yeah. Han Solo is kind of a renegade nomad too. So.
All right, it's settled.
Okay. What do we settle on? You're both.
I'm Luke.
Okay.
You're Han.
Okay. There we go. And the spirit of Kalani lives with you.
Right, and here we have Princess Leia.
Princess Leia's right there. Hey Jim, do you mind if we finish the interview in the bathtub?
Have at it, Ellard. So, Ellard,
Yeah.
tell us.
Jim. Yeah.
What rules did you break in your time at Kalani? You mentioned the food thing. What else?
Well, Jim, there was a rule that the massage shed
Right.
shouldn't be turned into a sex dungeon.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember that rule?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they made that rule because of me.
They made it because of you.
Yeah.
How many times how did it come about that you were discovered that this is Ellard's sin room? Whatever you want to call it.
I don't know if they thought they knew it was me, but I may have left some props around or something like that. But yeah,
Okay.
I think I broke that rule quite a bit. Yeah, making the massage shed into a sex dungeon.
It was a sex dungeon.
Yeah.
Unofficially, it was known as the sex dungeon.
Yeah. I always thought it was supposed to be a sex dungeon.
Called it in the when I worked in the volunteer office, we called it Ellard Sex Dungeon. But I digress.
I mean, where are you supposed to have a sex dungeon in Kalani? Yeah.
Well, there were places.
Oh,
I mean, you could have gone to the lava tube out at Land's Ending or whatever that place was called. Fox's Landing, I mean.
A little bit far away.
Yeah, but if you're really horny, go ahead. Well, all right.
So
there was
what
that
did you
one.
do after when that was discovered?
That's a good question. I kept breaking the rule.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as that sign was "Do not disturb," who cares what's going on in there?
Yeah, you could hear it a little bit from the lanai, but you know, like some slapping and stuff, but not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Other things let's see. Did I break any other rules? Yeah, I mentioned the food thing. I mean, there were a lot of rules I broke, unfortunately, I think. But never hurting people, really.
Yeah, you don't seem like a harmful type.
No,
Nobody ever complained, "Oh, Ellard's such a bastard, he's killing us all." None of that went on.
That's true. I feel like at Kalani I tried to beat the Hawkeye Pierce of Kalani.
yeah.
Have you ever watched MASH?
I've seen every episode 5 or 6 times. I have the whole series on DVD.
Oh,
it's
really?
my favorite show ever.
Get out. Do you
Next to the Beverly Hillbillies, it's my favorite show.
Do you know that TV show is the finale is the most watched TV show?
Really?
TV program outside of the Super Bowl.
I did not know
Yeah.
that. Makes sense, though.
So for you younger kids, you should watch MASH.
You know, I've read the novel it's based on. I've seen the movie 10 times.
Yeah,
It's
so
the #1 movie the year I was born.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 1970. I'm 1 year ahead of you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna be 50, right?
Oh, I'm 51.
Oh, you're 51. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
I did great math. Yeah. Yes. So I tried to beat the Hawkeye Pierce. Hawkeye Pierce was a jokester.
He was my hero,
He
yeah.
kind of like pushed the envelope a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He had a moral voice,
That's true, yeah.
right? He was trying to point out hypocrisy,
He did all that.
and he was kind of a ladies' guy too.
He was that too, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was trying. That's what I was modeling my Kalani persona after.
Well, you could have done worse.
Oh, thanks, dude.
What advice would you give to the Ohana out there in the world who's struggling with whatever they're struggling with in life?
Well, I think pretty much the philosophy of Kalani is something to apply to your life, which is get out in nature. You know, focus on your wellness, focus on the things you need, and experience culture, travel. I also think when they interview, this is one piece of wisdom that I've been trying to follow myself, but when they interview people who are dying on their deathbed, often they say, you know, what would you have liked to done? And it's like spend more time with family and friends.
Oh, yeah.
Value family and friends. So family and friends are kind of what make happiness.
Yeah, that's true.
So
isn't it?
if you're struggling, focus on that.
I
If you don't
it.
like your family, find some good friends that you can rely on.
Very good advice. I like
Yeah,
that.
so there's that. And then, yeah, I mean, change is important, I think. If you are struggling, make a change. Don't be afraid to change.
Now, is there any regret you have for something you didn't do at Kalani? Something, it sounds like you did everything you wanted, no matter if it was logical or within the bounds of the rules, but do you have any regrets for not doing something?
Do I have any regrets? I mean, sometimes I think I could have done more to focus on Ohana, you know? Like I was... Because sometimes I said the social element was a lot. I think I would run away a little bit, and so I think it's important to like try to listen and cultivate friendships and things like that. But
Yeah.
I feel like I did that though. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say so.
You did, yeah. No, I don't really know. I don't have many regrets.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
And your time there was well spent.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was a very unique experience for anybody that's done it. So
Excellent.
lots of people in the world don't get the Kalani experience.
That's right. Only the chosen few.
That's right.
Now, we are living still in the time of COVID.
Yes.
How are you holding up in this COVID environment world situation? What safeguards are you taking to
Jim,
not die?
it's been tough. I take a lot of baths.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, your bubbles are fading. I'm trying to...
Jim, come on, I need bubbles.
Just answer the question.
Come on, Jim, get the bubble
Focus
down.
on the
Oh,
eyes.
look, there's a mongoose. There's a flying mongoose. Okay.
Precautions. Well, stay away from people.
True.
A lot of bass. You know, I mean, honestly, I've been vaccinated.
Good.
I believe strongly in vaccination. I'm not sure if people agree with that, but yeah, I do think if you want to avoid hospitalization and death, a good way.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot about infectious disease. This is not going to last forever. And you know, just try to adapt. You know, humans are very adaptable creatures.
Yes.
So we just need to make sure we try to adapt and really do the things you need to do, like don't go, you know, mask up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm very pro public health. So
Very cool. All right.
lots of baths too.
Lots of baths. I agree with that. I'm a frequent bather myself. I have about... don't get the camera wet. You get yours wet, but don't get the camera wet.
Great, thank you. Awesome being on In Touch with Kalani.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath long about a Saturday night. Yeah, a rub dub, just relaxing in the tub, thinking everything was alright. Well, I stepped out the tub, put my feet on the floor, I wrapped the towel around me and I opened the door, and in a splish splash, I jumped back in the bath. Well, how was I to know there was a party going on? There was a splishing and a splash, reeling with the feeling, moving and a grooving, rocking and a rolling. Yeah!
Okay, we are on our way to hike down to Waipio Valley, one of the most interesting valleys in Hawaii, because it's the origins of the Hawaiian people, some people say. And it's a beautiful, gorgeous spot, and also sacred. Come with us. Well, Jim, as you know, I love the ocean, so I like to spend a lot of time in it, and it's being next to the ocean or in the ocean surfing. So, and I like to eat pizza too.